we were actually told not to ask you about the tentative contract at the time.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to say anything at the time because I didn't.
Why can't you? Sorry to interrupt you, but why can't you reverse it? We've got a lot of people.
Right. I've said this a number of times, so you know the answer.
We don't actually, because you keep changing your mind.
One at a time, please.
The ITT, which Labour in government set out in 2008, sets out the parameters on which the project will be assessed and the criteria against which the decision will be made. The legal advice is that we cannot vary those once the competition has started. The only option available to the Secretary of State would be to cancel the procurement. That I couldn't do. I've said this consistently throughout. I have the power to cancel the entire procurement. That would not deliver an order to Bombardier. That would simply throw away the billions of pounds we've already invested in the infrastructure of Thameslink and delay the passenger benefits by several years.
Mr. Hammond, can I just say, sorry to interrupt you, is that the principle and the repercussions are so great that you've got a big meeting in Canada soon, in Montreal, with the hierarchy, the high brass at Bombardier. All they're going to say in this meeting is, if your own government doesn't support you and back you, then why should we stay in the UK?
Okay, well, all I can say to you is that having taken the decision that we effectively had to take, because that was the outcome of the competition, we are working closely with the management of Bombardier.
But I've seen so many people crying, upset, because they've lost their jobs, the families, the apprentices, they've got no future. Derby has always been, since 1840, the nucleus for train building. It's so overwhelmingly important we keep trains going in Derby, and that's not an understatement.
And that is why we are working with the management, looking at bringing forward some other opportunities that Bombardier would be able to bid for. As you know about the Voyager, the electrification of the Voyager.
I'm sorry, but we hope that's not too late.
Well, I hope it's not too late.
Can I just say, what incentive have you given Bombardier to stay in the UK? You've given Bombardier no incentive to stay in the UK at the moment. Why should they stay now?
We've made a very clear statement that we are reviewing public procurement policy to look at how we do public procurement in this country, to make sure that we do not disadvantage UK firms.
Should you not be attracting industry into Britain though, rather than pushing it out through the back door?
Listen to what I'm saying. We've said that we will review the way we do public procurement in order to make sure that we are, I think the words we used, we're taking into account the full strategic impact on the supply chain. We've delayed the Crossrail procurement so that we can take into account what we learned from that review before we issue the Crossrail ITT. And in the meantime, we're working very closely with the company, looking at the opportunities that we can bring forward in order to maintain a viable train building operation in Derby. I have to say this, the level of operation that was running in Derby over the last couple of years was never going to be sustainable in the long term. That's why the company hired lots of agency and contract staff, because they knew they could not maintain the business at that level. The pattern of UK train requirement, the procurement level, was never going to support that level of activity. What we have got to get to is a sustainable level of activity that we can maintain in the UK over the long term.
Just ask one more question. Hindsight is a beautiful thing, right? Now, in hindsight, would you have made the same decision if you knew the impact that it would have had on our company and our town?
The person you need to ask that to is Tom Harris.
No, you made the decision. You made the decision. You're the government.
Tom Harris.
You made the decision.
With all due respect, that does not help the people on the shop floor that's walking around with red letters.
Just one at a time.
Ministers make decisions on the basis of legal advice, and the legal advice was, and I can't talk to you about what the bids were from the two.
Well, yeah, we understand that. We know the damage.
It will become public eventually, but I can't talk about it yet because we haven't contracted. The legal advice was very clear that we had no option but to accept the bid that Siemens made.
No option.
No option.
With all due respect, them decisions don't help the people on the shop floor that's got these red letters.
I absolutely understand.
You've got
but government does not operate unconstrained. Government is not able to ride roughshod over the law.
Philip,
we have to comply
you have
with
an
the law.
option because you've got Siemens and Bombardier. There's your options.
No, it's
surely.
Not. I mean,
so basically, it was a waste of time Bombardier even tendering.
Let me say something.
Because you'd already made your mind up.
No, that's complete rubbish. That's
well,
absolute rubbish.
I hope it is.
We didn't know what the outcome of the tenders was going to be until we looked at the final bids. Bombardier has won 14 orders for trains since privatisation. In every one of those orders, Bombardier has bid against other bidders, and Bombardier has won. It's won the order, not because it was British, not because it was anything else, but because it delivered the best bid. You would have been outraged if somebody had looked at one of those bids and said, "We're not going to take that. We're going to take a different one." You have to give the award to the company that has won the competition according to the rules.
It's a simple thing, isn't it? Could I just say that, Mr. Hammond, we've had a conversation before we asked a question last week. But now we've just been in with MPs, being part of the committee, and this is all the backing from the shop floor. There's members of the committee here. I mean, we've just come out and say, well, we know we've been in a lot of meetings where we get to know a lot of questions and answers and know the reality of it. When the Labour last government, you blame not yourself personally, but the government blamed them for the procurement.
They set out the ITT.
They award the IP order to Hitachi, which is correct, isn't it? However, they pulled it back to re-look at it.
Yeah.
Right. I think we get confused, and
Right,
so.
let me correct. What they did, they stopped the IEP procurement and they asked Sir Andrew Foster to look at it and decide whether that was the right way to deal with the requirement that we had. So the choice they were looking at was whether to go ahead with IEP, with Hitachi, or cancel IEP. That was the straight binary choice. And as I've already said, it would be in the power of the Secretary of State to cancel the Thameslink procurement. But that means cancel it. It doesn't mean, resurrected by the back door. Legally, it will have to be cancel it. Forget it. If, for example, we'd come to the conclusion in the spending review, we didn't know that Thameslink would get the go-ahead. It comes to the conclusion in the spending review that we could not afford to do a Thameslink, we would have cancelled the procurement. That would have been the end of it. That would not have helped you.
No. But then also, you've also said that you also hear from a lot of the people saying, do a U-turn, change the order to ourselves. The reality is that we're not asking for that. We're not asking for special treatment. All we're asking for you to do is when Theresa Villas came out with, we did not look into the social impact. I can't understand how a government, people who's experienced, you get specialised people looking into that, didn't look into it, so I can't buy that one. However, when that happened...
Let me explain to you, and if you will have looked at the select committee here, where I appeared and several other people appeared, the expert from the European Commission was asked precisely that question by one of the members. Could they have taken into account the socio-economic impact of the decision? And the answer was yes, but only if they'd included in the ITT a socio-economic impact clause. Ask Tom Harris why they didn't put it in. It wasn't us that designed the ITT.
Now, within the ITT, page 16 states, or somewhere on page 16, does state that part of the ITT requirement is to have a proven, deliverable and compliant equipment, i.e. a bogie. We all know Siemens don't have that. It's not been proven, yet the decision is still going ahead. Can you explain that, please?
Well, the technical advice is that both bids required evolution, development of an existing product.
As well as proven.
Bombardier's is proven.
Bombardier's bogie is proven. But there are other parts of the package that would require evolution. And the technical advice we received is that both bids were compliant with that requirement.
Well, so Siemens is only on the drawing board though. It's only a picture, isn't it?
When you order new equipment that's going to have to last for 30 years, you are always asking your providers to push the cutting edge.
It took us 10 years to develop and to build our bogies. 10 years.
Well, to develop it, unfortunately, it's built in Germany.
Well, okay, it's taken 10 years, start to finish, and you're expecting Siemens to get everything into place.
It's an evolution.
Within 3.
It's an evolution of an existing product.
But why require an evolution when you've got the actual proven, solid thing in front of you now?
Because
proven.
The ITT set out the specification, and there is a technical compliance and a deliverability measure within the appraisal of the bids, and the technical, high-level consultancy that we've got involved in this technical appraisal said that both bids were compliant with those requirements. In the end, both bids were compliant. Both bids offered a train that could have been delivered and that would have met all the technical specifications.
All I'm asking you, this is the last thing I'm going to say, is for all these thousands and thousands of people, the knock-on effect through suppliers and people in Bombardier, British people, UK jobs, please Just lie there tonight in bed and think about it.
Think about your own.
How many people?
You've got to think about our own.
It's your own
Yeah.
people.
You're elected.
Think about it. I can think about it as much as you like.
This is not fun. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You have got the power. I'm sure you've got the power. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You're talking with your head because of your politician status, etc., etc. This is coming from everybody from the heart.
I understand.
And there's lots of people upset losing their jobs.
And I have taken all the advice I can take.
Just lie in bed tonight, please.
What the options are, and we don't have any options to do what you would like us to do.
We're not asking you to do it.
So what I have to do now is engage with the company to try to do the best we can for the company, for the workforce going forward. That's what we're doing.
I know you're a very, very, very busy man. That's why I said the bed scenario. When you get in there tonight, lie there, just for a couple of minutes.
I'll be thinking of you.
Please. On the right aspect, please.
Don't worry about
Just
it.
finish off. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And as you've noticed, we have this campaign from day one.
You're welcome to another visit at Derby.
I've been one bit
I said to Colin Walton last week, when we've got a good news announcement, let's come up to Derby and let's announce it.
Again,
and then let's
see how you perform.
Let's start building.
Help us.
With
Try and help
respect,
us.
you gave us a good news announcement. You're going to save manufacturing. That was a good news announcement. Milked it for all you're worth. Now give us another one. Say Bombardier.
Give us a bit of faith in you.
Please.
We're working on it.
Well,
That's the
with the management.
Just to have one word is please.
I think you better.
yes, and please for us too.
If you can just
Thanks for
make
your time.
something up, just make a whole new train and call it the Hammond Express. Give us that.
Just remember it. It's your watch. It's on your watch.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
I'm nipping to Lou again.
Well done.